Hey, this is Elena Harder, and today I want to talk about my guided gifting economy. I'm a web designer and a coach, and over the years, I've heard a lot of wisdom that says, charge this much, double your rates, charge this much, double your rates, charge this much, double your rates. And I tried doing that. I worked at it with some success. I got to a glass ceiling that wasn't really working for me, and I've crashed out my finances and my business several times by doing this, by taking my rates too high, not believing in myself, and then crashing out all of my client base. And so I wanted to speak about the guided gifting economy and how that's working for me now, because I am experiencing a lot more success with it than I actually have in the past charging for my services. And it's really beautiful, and it's being really well received by my conscious community and the clientele that I'm bringing in. And I feel like it could be of service to a lot of people. So disclaimer first is that I went through a period of about 3.5 months before this started working, where I was using the guided gifting economy but not really reaching out to people. And so there was definitely a dip in my income when I started doing this, because I fired all my clients and I stopped pursuing work. There was sort of this, like, it goes away, it comes back better, like, financial that happened before I was able to actually step into this fully. So now that I've stepped into it, what I basically tell people when they're interested in working with me, and they often approach me more often than I approach them, is that I charge a basic amount for my services, which is a really reasonable amount of either $35, $45, or $55 an hour, depending on what I'm doing. And currently, because I'm wanting to move more towards coaching and encourage myself for doing that, I'm actually charging more for my coaching than I am for my web design, which I've never done in my life. And so people are basically able to choose, like, what basic level do they want to pay at, and then I require that they pay me a specific amount. So they pay me a minimum of that much per hour to honor my time, and so that I know on, like, a female stability level that I'm being paid for the time and for the effort that I'm putting into working with people, and so that they're honoring me at a basic level. Above and beyond that, I always track my hours, and I let people know how much I'm working for them, and I also allow them to gift me, whatever that may be. So if we're working on a project together, and the project at the beginning is, like, not generating so much income, or when I come in it's not, and they're sort of struggling with their finances, we're able to work together at a reasonable rate and utilize the team that I have to be able to help. And then when their project starts to show returns, when it starts working, they are able and encouraged to gift a portion of those proceeds back to myself and the Evolving Humanity team in order to say thank you as a gift. Because they can, because they now feel abundant and able to. And that comes in many things. Sometimes it comes in cash, sometimes it comes in toothpaste, or in products, or services, or artwork, or coaching, or e-programs, or live events, or flowers, or thank yous, or glowing referrals, or amazing testimonials, or videos, or sharing of my products. But all of these things are welcome and allowed as a way of saying thank you and in gifting for the work that is being given through this exchange of service. And what I've found is that people are really blown away by this. I feel really good about the amount that I'm charging. It gives me room to make mistakes, because when I was charging, $125 an hour as a web designer and still learning about what it was that we were doing, I felt a little bit yucky inside about doing that and about charging people that much for the process of learning, basically, through their business. And so this rate allows me to explore and to say, I don't know how we're going to do that, but I'm going to do my best and you're going to do our best, so we'll figure it out, because often people are doing things with me that they've never done before, and sometimes that I've never done before. And it also gives me a level of stability, and it also gives me the ability to let people really honor the work at the level that they feel they're really getting value for. And what I found on a sort of me bonus is that the value that people are getting and what they're sending me in terms of financial dollars, never mind appreciation and gratitude, is actually above what I would normally be charging for my time. So they're actually choosing to pay more than than my minimum. And this is an amazing feeling for me, especially as somebody who has struggled with the idea of, am I worth what I'm charging? Does this work for me? Am I feeling good about this? I'm not sure. But being in business has been the biggest self-esteem growth process I've ever been through, and charging and raising my rates is the biggest, difficult thing I've ever done, ever, other than maybe parenting. And so it's really powerful to put this in the hands of the people who I'm providing service to and say, you choose how valuable this work was for me. You choose how much service and how grateful you are for the experience. And it also allows people to set their own dollar amount of like, how much is this information worth to me? And will I implement it? Because often the reason we hire a coach or a web designer or somebody is to get this idea of like, okay, now that I've talked to this person, I have to do it. And there's a level of accountability and a level of like, yes, I will do this because I paid this much money for the advice. And so people also get to choose like how much money have they willing to invest in order to make sure that they do this, but it's not an amount that actually breaks their bank. They're able to choose what the amount is, and so it's a more authentic amount than like, oh, now that I've paid $500 for this month for this coaching, like now I really have to do it. So there isn't an energy of guilt around it. It's really about allowing it to find its own balance, and without bringing in these energies of like, oh, I'm not sure if I can do this, I'm not sure if I'm worth that, or a greed or a guilt of like, oh, I didn't follow through, or it's like I paid exactly as much as I wanted for it and I didn't follow through, so that's my own choice. So that's my thoughts on guided gifting economy, and I'm going to continue updating around this because I think it's really powerful. I think that it is, I know that when I encountered this as a model that somebody else was using in their business, I knew that it was something that I was going to do for myself, and I knew that it was something that was the next phase. It's honoring that masculine action doing numbers linear piece, and it's honoring that feminine gift sharing community like nurturing side. And so it's a balanced payment model. It's not this historical healer model where we just gifted everything, and it's not this like must claim my power masculine energy where people are charging really exorbitant rates for the services that they're offering, and sometimes not delivering value because people sometimes aren't following through. So I think it's a really beautiful balance, and I am happy to be role modeling what this is and how this can be shared with the world. And of course, if you're interested in either coaching or around your sexuality, your business, your creativity, how those things intermingle, your marketing funnel, why you're blocked, why you aren't sharing the things that you want to share in the world, please contact me, and I'm happy to speak with you about what a guided gifting economy model would look like for you, and how we can collaborate, and how I can be of service to your business and to your gift and to your mission on the planet, because that's what I love being here to do. So thank you, and thank you for watching, and blessings. And if you want to set up your own guided gifting economy, I'm going to shoot a couple of videos about how I've gone about doing that, and suggestions of models for you, and so you're welcome to partake in that. Did I make enough offers? I think I made enough offers. Oh my gosh.